My name is Jana Hindenberger, and I teach at Sun City Elementary. This is my 27th year teaching, and of those 27 years, I have taught kindergarten for 24, and all of my years have been here at Sun City Elementary. So this is my home. I've always been in Bossier Parish. My kids went to Bossier Parish. I chose this age group because it's where the learning begins. It's where those foundations are made. Of course, I knew when I went to college I wanted to do kindergarten, and I took a break, went to second grade, came back because I wanted that aha moments again. Kindergarten has my heart. I taught second grade for 2 years, but came back to kindergarten, and I just love the aha moments I get with kindergarten, that this is the beginning of their learning, this is their foundation, and you see that light go on. It's just an amazing experience when you can teach a kid how to read, and they come in here not knowing letters, not knowing sounds, not being able to spell their name, and by the time they leave here, they can do those things and they can write those words. So to me, kindergarten is where you see the most growth, and that light just goes on, and it makes you feel so good as a teacher. Kindergarten it's the foundation year, but it's also, you still get to have fun with them. You do have to make it exciting to keep their attention, because we are 5 and 6 and we still have to move. So we bring in a bunch of brain breaks. We do our work at the table, but we are constantly moving, and that's okay. When you walk into my classroom, you will never hear it quiet. It's all about communicating with each other and them learning how to talk with each other, learning how to talk to me. So you'll never hear us quiet in our room. And kindergarten, you never know what you're going to get too. Like a different day, same kids, but different group of kids, because you don't know what's coming in that day. If you come in our hallway in the morning, we got music playing and we are jamming when they're coming in and having a good old time, because you got to start the morning off right too. You've got to start the tone right. And I am not a teacher that you come in and it's just soft music playing. Oh no, we're getting moving and grooving and dancing, and I'm not a morning person, but that gets me excited, and in turn it gets them excited. I take the curriculum and I adapt it to what they need. I mean, is this part of the curriculum? No, but this is a hands-on way that they can get up and move and do it during the lesson. That's not just sitting there and staring at me, because 5 and 6-year-olds don't learn by listening all the time. They need to do. So in this lesson, I chose this lesson. It's in the curriculum, but I chose a skills lesson to show the foundations, skills that we're working on: phonemic awareness, with beginning sound, blending sounds, and writing those letters. We will be working on blending sounds in CVC words, finding the beginning sounds, and we're working on the F sound today. My students come from all backgrounds, socioeconomic, diversity backgrounds, especially with the base being close. We have a lot of military. So you don't know what they come from, if they've gone to preschool, if they have help at home. Some come with no letter recognition, some come in reading. So we do have to work with all of those skills and address them every day in all lessons. But so we'll be working on the sound. We're blending it, coming up with the words. You'll see that differentiation in the lesson will be, depending on who I call on, if they were blending 2 sounds or 3 sounds. And then when they go back to their seat, some are working on a color sheet with just F words. Some have to draw F pictures, and then some were actually writing the words that go with the pictures. So that kind of differentiates who's doing what, and you'll see that my paper passer out passed out the same paper to everybody, and then I went back and switched papers out. That way it's not obvious on who is having to work on a paper that just had the sounds. Throughout the lesson and during transitions, I use a lot of movement. I use timers so they know how long they have. Even though they're not great at telling time, they've kind of learned how they know that number's going down, so they know to look at it and see how much time they have left, plus I'm giving reminders. We do a lot of brain breaks between the lessons, in the lessons, so we can get those wiggles out, because they definitely need to get the wiggles out. I'm happy with the way my lesson went. I feel like they grasped the phonemic awareness of the sound. I do know, as a seasoned teacher, I know that still we have to keep working on that every day. And those that I saw struggling, that I might have to pull more and work with that student or small group of students to re-emphasize that sound or some of the other sounds we learned. Overall, I mean, I'm passionate about what I do. 27 years into it, I still love what I do every day. I still look forward to getting up and coming to school and seeing the kids. When I'm out for a week, I miss them. These are my kids. And I know that's funny to say, but they really are. We are a family in here. Which one are you going on? You don't know? I'll tell them when they start arguing with each other. I'm like, we have a thing, a bug and a wish. And it's, you tell them what's bugging you and how you wish that they would change that. So it might be, it bugs me when you yell at me. I wish you would talk to me. And that's teaching them a life skill too, that they have to talk it out and they have to communicate with each other. Because again, with kindergarten, everything is new. So communication, talking out, learning to work with partners, learning to work in a group, all those simple things that they don't necessarily know when they come to us. I think that is another reason I love kindergarten so much, because it makes me, in a sense, it makes me feel needed still too, when I don't have kids at home and I am a mom to 18 students. And, you know, I'm with them more than their parents are. And I get called mom sometimes. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. You know, sometimes I get called grandma now, but it's okay. I feel like, and I hope that I do make a difference in their life, them being with me so much. I love when older students come back and they're like, I had you. We actually went to Flying Heart a couple weekends ago, and the server, I had him in kindergarten. He was like, Miss Hindenberger, you taught me. Didn't know who he was. I was like, oh my gosh. And so it's so fun to see them and see what they've become. Because I look at these kids and I'm like, is there a future president? Is there a future, lawyer? Like, what are they gonna be? And so that's what's really cool, that I have Presley in my class, and I had her sister Peyton last year, but that I taught mom, because it's interesting to see, oh, they grew up, they became a mom, they have, a family now. I love it. I love it. I feel like I've made a difference. Ultimately, I became a kindergarten teacher to make a difference. And I feel like when it stops being fun and stop being enjoyable for me, then I'll know I'm done. But right now, I'm just going with it and rolling with the years. So I came into this year as this is my last year. I was retiring, moving up to Arkansas to be with my children. My daughter is a kindergarten teacher. My son lives up in Northwest Arkansas. So I came in, this was my last year, announced it and everything, and then got Teacher of the Year. And so it was like, okay, I'm gonna stay again, because I'm not ready to quit. And I don't know if I move, if I'm gonna work again, if I'm not, but I'm not ready to quit. And this is ultimately, this is my family here. Like this, I grew up here. When I started teaching at Sun City, I was 24 years old, and I'm now 51. So I have spent the majority of my life here. And I've seen teachers come and go. I've been through 3 different principals here, but I've grown as a person. And it makes me sad to think to leave because I'm not ready to retire. I thought I was, and I miss my kids, but I'm not ready to leave my home here and my friends. My teachers that I teach with are my best friends, and I'm just not ready for that. That's crazy. My dream was always to teach with her and to be at the school she was at, teach kindergarten with her, and I still could do that. You know, even the good thing about teaching is I feel like you can do it till you're 80. And I feel like a good teacher has that passion for learning and passion for the kids. And unfortunately, I do see a lot of teachers that are losing that light, but I see a lot of teachers that aren't. And I don't feel like I've lost my light, you know, so I don't feel like my time is over. I feel like I'm just, I feel like I'm continuing my chapter really, you know, and Bossier Parish has been amazing.